All right, real nice way to end up the Forex trading week here. And guys, let's talk about this Forex indicator, what I like to call the Forex volume indicator. I feel that a lot of you Forex traders out there aren't really knowledgeable on how to use volume as part of a Forex strategy, okay? And what I'm going to show you here in this video is that volume is actually a really powerful Forex indicator. If you're not using Forex volume, you definitely need to consider it, because this is literally the chart from today, right? This is how we ended the week. A sweet 150 pip trade on one of my favorite symbols, as you guys know, GBPNZD, okay? So let me walk you through the anatomy of what volume does in Forex, how it can really transform your technical analysis when it comes to Forex, and how this all comes together. All right, so let me first go ahead and timestamp the start of the morning session. It'd be about right over here. And this green and red color band, guys, okay, this is the volume indicator. That's why I've called it the vol, short form. Vol stands for volume. Beautiful 180 pip winner on the short side today. But let's talk about what does this actually do and how do you potentially take trades, okay? So what this volume indicator will do, it will analyze whatever Forex pair that you have open on the chart, okay? And it's going to analyze and evaluate the level 1 bid and ask data. Now, I know a lot of you guys, for some reason, believe that Forex level 1 data is not available. And that is a misconception. In fact, that's a common misconception among almost all Forex traders that I talk to. I mean, they've had no idea. And to my knowledge, the NinjaTrader platform, which I absolutely love, guys, just trust me, NinjaTrader is like driving a Mercedes-Benz, and MT4 or MT5, the MetaTrader platform, which I think a lot of you guys are using, that's the Honda Civic. Okay, that's a garbage BS platform. I hate MetaTrader. So the question you got to ask yourself is, do you want to drive a Mercedes-Benz, or are you happy driving a Honda Civic? Okay? But anyway, let me talk to you about what these setups look like, how to interpret them, and what to do. Okay? So whenever the Forex volume shifts, meaning that the buyers are now constantly hitting the ask, they want to get into the market and they're willing to get filled on their Forex position at any possible price, I turn the volume color band green. It's pretty simple. And on the flip side, whenever the sellers take over the conversation, right? Whenever the sellers show up at the party and they start hitting the ask, remember, there's the bid and the ask. I know most of you guys know that, but got to explain that anyway. So when the sellers start hitting the ask at a higher velocity than the buyers hit the bid, okay, well, that's the definition of sellers being in control, and all I do is I turn the volume color band red. Folks, it is nothing more than green and red. Don't try to overcomplicate trading. I see a lot of Forex indicators out there that just look ugly, and I mean butt ugly, just butt ugly indicators, okay? So let's get into the details, all right? Let me walk you through the anatomy of a beautiful textbook Forex trade. Let's first zoom in here, okay? So the color changes green, right? This tells you that the buyers are now in control, and that there are now higher prices around the corner. So you want to play it accordingly, okay? What you could do is go long on the open of the next bar, right? And then place your stop 1 pip right below the signal bar. That's what this white line represents. It's a great place to place your stop. Make sense? You never risk more than 1 bar, and you can define the value of 1 bar. I think in this case, each bar is worth about, let's call it 9 to 10 pips. So it's pretty good risk to reward. Make sense? Now, as you can see here, if we did take this very first trade, we didn't really get to any of our targets. And if I stretch out this stop line, you can quite clearly see that we get stopped out. But the vol is still green, right? So what does that tell you? That tells you that the buyers are still in control. Make sense? So you would still want to wait for the next green bar, which shows up right here, okay? And you would go long on the open of the very next bar, and now your stop would shift 1 pip below this bar. Folks, does this make sense? Okay, I don't think I'm describing anything too complicated here, but if you're having a hard time following along, then I hate to say it, it's possible that Forex trading, at least with this indicator, might not be for you, right? This is intentionally designed to be ultra simple. Anyway, so in this case, you can see we do actually get to break even, but the market once again reverses, and that's going to happen, guys, right? You don't know in advance how far and how deep a massive trend is going to play out. All you can do is look for good setups, put on an appropriate risk-reward strategy. Always make sure you use very tight stops. And, by the time this thing actually reversed and started selling off, we had already got to break even, right? So this second trade here was actually zero. We didn't make money, but more importantly, we didn't lose money, right? Now, check this out here. What happens 1 hour later? See this right here? The volume now turns red. What did I say that turning red means? What that means is there are more transactions hitting the ask, aka the sellers are now in control, and there's a very good chance that lower prices are around the corner. So you got to start thinking about putting on a short. Make sense? So let's follow the same rules and the same logic that we did in the previous two trades, okay? So the vol shift colors right on this bar here, we would go short on the open of the next bar. Make sense? Right over here. Move this arrow. Right over here is actually where we physically open up that short trade. And of course, you guessed it, our stop loss now goes just 1 pip, guys. Think about that. A 1 pip above the signal bar's high. You understand what I'm saying? Once again, guys, I'd be shocked if anyone did not or were unable to grasp this concept, okay? Now, if I zoom this bad boy out, check out what an incredible sell-off this was. And this is what I'm talking about, right? You have no idea in advance how far and how deep a trend can play out. Sometimes, man, you'll see a trend play out for many days even. Okay? So instead of capturing 180 pips, if the trend does play out in your favor over several days, you might be sitting on 500 pips in gains. Maybe even 1,000 pips in gains, right? But for now, let's just do the quick math on this, especially for those of you guys that may be somewhat new to Forex, or you want to teach yourself a little bit about how the Forex game works, specifically how is the profit and loss calculated. Well, it's very simple, folks, all right? You take 180 pips, okay, so 180 pips times the pip value, which is $10 a pip, times the number of standard lots you're trading, which I imagine most people out there are trading a bare minimum of 2. I think 2 is probably as low as I would go, but typically, I like to look at least 4 or 6. But let's just run the numbers on 2, all right? Simple math will tell you, right? Guys, this is a $3,600 potential in just one trading session, okay? Just one trading session and closing out the week. Ignore all those numbskulls and those idiots who tell you, don't trade on Fridays, never trade Forex on Fridays, the market doesn't go anywhere. I don't believe those morons, okay? I believe that there are great Forex trading opportunities every single day of the week. Heck, there's great Forex trading opportunities every single hour of the week, right? And we're only looking at one symbol, GBP New Zealand. You can imagine how the other significant pairs and the majors were doing, like GBP JPY, Euro USD. I mean, it was just, this week was amazing for Forex. I hope all you guys out there who got involved with the vol this week and last week, you were able to see the massive potential of this volume Forex indicator, and I hope you killed it today. All right? I hope you had a great trading week with your Forex. To my knowledge, this is the best Forex indicator in the world. I personally love it. A lot of my people love it, and I feel that you will as well. Guys, that'll do it for this video. If you'd like to get your hands on this powerful volume indicator, then get in touch, call, text, email, whatever's convenient, and I'd be happy to hook you up with a free one-on-one demo, really show you how this volume indicator is going to supercharge your trading. Guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next trade.